S, last name Kimble, Kimble. So at 2:30, before we begin, just so we know our times, everything are really approximated because things are really fluid. As we have been here for the last few minutes, things have changed. So things are constantly being changed, and our office will update all changes as we get them either later tonight or tomorrow. So about 2:37 p.m., the Killeen Police Department was were dispatched to a carjacking call in the 3300 block of Veterans Memorial Boulevard. In that, a suspect pointed a gun as victims and stole their car, a white mid-sized car. We were dispatched to that call. Officers went there, took that report, and a few minutes later, around 2:45, 2:48, we received another call of an armed subject at the auto zone right here on Veterans Memorial, right here about the 1000 block, 1000 block. The people inside the auto zone saw a subject get outside of a white mid-sized sedan, and he was acting irrationally while he was armed. He was armed with a handgun. So they called police. Our officers who were in the area looking for the white sedan that was recently stolen, they were immediately on the scene, and the subject fled. He fled on foot, and our officers were giving chase. So now we have our officers who are now chasing an armed subject here in the area of 10th Street, and about a 3 or 4 block radius. He's running around. Our officers are giving him commands. We're pleading with him to drop his weapon, We're armed. He's armed. He's pointing the guns at our officers, who show great restraint and not shooting. And eventually, our officers, as they were running around, a vehicle pulls up nearby, and the suspect in the original armed robbery, the suspect who was waving the gun over an AutoZone, he jumps inside the back pickup of another car, armed. So now he's attempting to carjack another car while armed. The occupants of that car protect themselves. They get down, and the subject eventually jumps out of the bed of the pickup truck. Again, they're running around downtown. As they get to the near intersection here where the railroad tracks are at, there's a nearby police car. One of the officers who is following him and trying to get him to surrender, he jumps inside that unlocked and running police car. He jumps inside that car, and as he gets inside the car, puts it in drive, and now he begins to take off. Our officers now, again, think of everything that has happened. 2 people have been previously carjacked. Now he's carjacking a police car, and then they use their weapons to stop the subject. They fire on him nearby here. He goes down there where you see him, where you see the car at, and they take him into custody. Medical attention is immediately provided to the suspect. Based on the injuries that he had, a decision is made to life-flight him to a local hospital where he remains, last update, in stable condition. Right now, again, very fluid, we have 2 officers that have discharged their weapons. They are being interviewed by the Texas Rangers. Our protocol here at the Killeen Police Department, we use the Rangers to investigate our officer-involved shootings. They're being interviewed right now by the Texas Rangers. They will be placed on administrative leave throughout this investigation until it concludes, until the case gets to the district attorney's office for final review, and they will remain on administrative leave until then. Again, right now, I don't know exactly. I know obviously they're emotionally injured. We don't see any physical injuries with our officers, but we're still trying to assess that. We will release the officer's name in the next few days as we have a clearer picture of what happened. Again, things are rapidly changing, so we don't know. We still have to count for the time from when the suspect stole a car on 38th Street till they got here to see what happened in that time. We're on the surface, it looks like we're dealing with someone that has some mental issues. So he was pointing a gun at himself and the police officers at the same time, but they were trying to bring him in to surrender. So there's a lot of moving parts here, but hopefully we have a clearer picture either tonight or by tomorrow morning.
Chief,